Today's episode is going to be a bit different from our usual directions. In my penultimate video, I mentioned that we would explore the biblical scriptures, the biblical text, the prophecies. But after a week of intense resistance to making that video, hence why this one is a little late, and I apologize for that, my introspection and my meditations brought forward a different message and an unexpected turn of events. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi and welcome to Lore Duir. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you. And so jumping straight in, I had, as you know, if you'd watched the penultimate video, I was given biblical text, and it was the 4 horsemen, it was the apocalypse. I didn't fully understand it. That happened over the Christmas, and there were 2 concepts that came from that. One, for our personal psyche, evolving our mental capacity and our understanding, and the other one was looking at the signs within the heavens, looking at our history, looking at the biblical text, so we can actually see where we're going. And so I said I would actually go back and revise a video that I actually did in 2017 with the Revelations 12. I had been interpreting my visions as a sign to learn more about the prophecies, more about the scriptures, more about the signs within the heavens. However, when I started hitting this resistance to making the videos, I knew that I needed to meditate. I needed to connect. I needed to gain deeper insights as to what was going on within me, what was going on within this situation. Why was I feeling this resistance? And it became clear that my higher self was guiding me away from simply following the prophecies, from simply reading them and reiterating what other people had actually interpreted from them. And instead, it was encouraging me to look deeper, to use greater discernment, to understand better. And it took me some time. It's been a week of deep meditation, deep connection to divine, grappling with that resistance, grappling with what it may mean, and how was I to interpret the visions that I was given, and not talk about what those scriptures mean, what those ancient texts are. And what actually came through was not to take them literally. What actually came through was, and I said it in my last video, that all these scriptures have been touched and almost contaminated is probably the best word to use. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but they have been touched by human hands. And so the stories over the generations, over the millenniums, will change, and they will incorporate the modern philosophies and the modern ideologies of that time. We can clearly see when we go through the different biblical books that when you go from the Old Testament to the New Testament, things have been changed, scriptures have been changed, little words here and there have been adapted to fit in with the ideology of the time and the political climate of the time. And I think this is why Spirit was wanting me to have more discernment. This is why Spirit was not wanting me to look at the scriptures literally. And it was it's been an interesting week. I'm not gonna deny it's I've kind of yo-yoed back and forth, back and forth. What is it? What is it you're trying to tell me, Spirit? And it took a time to actually grapple. What I was actually shown, and I've used this analogy in coaching as well, and it was really interesting because what I was actually shown was that, first of all, I was shown the Chinese whispers. I was shown how when information is passed down, when somebody hasn't actually witnessed, and even when we do witness, you can have 3 people and 4 people, 5 people in a room and witness the same circumstances, but because they run on different frequencies, because they run different ideologies, they have differing beliefs and values, the way that they would tell that story differs enormously. And then take that through the generations, like the Chinese whisper effect. So you're actually relating the story to somebody who wasn't in that room, who didn't witness it for themselves. And so all 5 people, they tell that story, and they go and tell it to somebody of another generation that didn't see it. And then that person then tells it to another generation that didn't see it, and then tells to another. And so you can see how the facts, a lot of the facts, a lot of the emotive and emotional aspects around that circumstance will change, not through malicious intent, but through human nature, how we communicate, how we relay information. And I really had to kind of sit with that for a while, because there are lots of stories, fables. In Druidism, there are lots of, and you can take it from kind of Native American to Druidism to Hinduism, to we have all seen, if we've been on that spiritual path, we have all seen the similarities of the stories of our history. The similarities are there, and it goes right the way back to Atlantean time and even further back to the Lemurian time. And in that deep meditation, in that deep introspection over the past week, what was actually coming through was to use these stories to take the repeating patterns of these stories and to look at them as cycles. Now, for those of you that are on the spiritual journey, you will know that within our lives, there have been cycles, and there have been cycles, karmic cycles, that we have been breaking. And when I say karmic cycles, I'm not talking about retribution and you got it wrong, repent your guilt. I'm not talking about those aspects. I'm talking about learning, uncovering every stone, learning a new perspective of that one given situation, so that you start to get a 360-degree visualization of that one incident, that one aspect of learning in your life. You're not just tunneled visioned. And this is what I believe Spirit was trying to say to me, that was creating the resistance. They was trying to say, whoa, Claire, no, don't repeat these cycles. Don't repeat this information. Don't look at the text literally. Use the text like a roadmap to see where we are on the cycle. Use the information within the text. Follow the verses, follow the information. Look and see and learn what humanity has done in the past, and what humanity has been doing in the past from what I've been gathering this past week, or these past 2 weeks, I should say, is that we have we have been in that tunnel. We have just been repeating the cycles. It's almost like we've been programming our GPS and going, and the GPS is saying, right, okay, this is the route, and on this route this traffic jam will happen, this weather warning will go off, this incident will occur. But we stay on that route. We don't pick up the map and go, okay, how can we get from A to B? What other roads, what other routes, what other channels are there for us to take? And we can see this also, if you're not equating to the GPS and the roadmap, maybe you will equate to this with a video game, that you go up the levels, you have to get to the next level, you have to finish one level to get to the next level. And you have somebody who plays that game and they play it the same way every single time, and they believe that by repeating they will get faster. They will be able to foresee where those obstacles are going to come because they've done it before. They have that knowledge. And so they keep repeating and keep repeating and keep repeating and keep repeating. And this is what the divine was saying to me. This is what I believe that the divine was actually trying to relay to me, is it's that keep repeating, keep repeating, keep repeating. Yes, the prophecies are there. Yes, the texts are there. The scriptures are there. And they are real. There is a lot of other information, and some of it has been attuned and adapted to accommodate the social climate, the culture, the political regime that was in force at the time, the beliefs and values of the people of the time. But the actual game is exactly the same. The level in that game is the same. The ball will be swinging along that bridge, and it goes at a certain timing, and you have to climb those 3 steps, and you have to pull the stone out of the pyramid so that the pyramid then drops, and then you can step across to the next level, all this kind of thing. The scriptures are telling us this. So you have the player, which is humanity, that is repeating and repeating and repeating, thinking that they will get faster. They will be able to negotiate the obstacles because they know they're coming. And yet what I was actually shown was, by pulling out the map, by exploring the environment, yes, observing the signs, yes, observing the scriptures, the knowledge, keeping the knowledge with you, but rather than pushing through, find a way around so that we can reach the end of that level, reach the end of that cycle, so that we may start a new cycle. And this is what I believe the new era is. And so it was absolutely correct. My higher self, and I've always said my higher self, well, our higher selves are always far more intelligent than we are anyway, but it's that higher self that was giving me the resistance. It was that higher self that was going, no, whoa, don't do this. Is there value to be taken by reading the scriptures and understanding our history and taking that all the way through? I believe so. Yes, for me, it's been extremely helpful to be able to correlate the stories that go back to Lemuria time and Atlantis time, and then we go to Noah, and then we bring that forward and seeing and bringing some of the books that haven't been in. For me, as I said, it's Christianity. For other people, it's Judaism. For other people, it's Buddhism. For other people, it's Hinduism, but the stories are unexplainably similar. And yet we all go, no, 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 ours is right. Ours is right. All of them are right. All of them are right. What you believe is true for you. You have to have the discernment within yourself to go, okay, what are my beliefs? What are my values? What do I want to learn in this life? And what do I want for my family, for my community, for my world? And honestly, I want peace. I think we've had more than enough war, destruction, lack. There has been enough millennium run by ego and fear. But if we want that change, we have to be that change. And that takes me straight back to the video game analogy. Not repeating, not pushing through, but looking for a way to change, looking for another route, looking for another way. The goal is the same. The goal is to get to the end of the level. But the way we get there, we can change, we can adapt, we can grow, we can learn, we can experience, and we can ascend. Is it beneficial to learn about the text of your given religion? Absolutely. And take it back as far as you feel that you need to be able to get the understanding that you need so that you can be a positive member of your culture, where you're able and secure within your beliefs that somebody with differing beliefs doesn't threaten you. That's the key goal here, is for us all to be able to live in harmony, for us all to be able to live in peace, for us all to have and return to that innate human instinct of caring. So there's balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We're able to nurture each other. We don't need to dominate each other. We can champion each other. We don't need to stand on each other to get to where we want to get. That's what the new era is all about. Now, is it going to happen overnight? Unfortunately, I don't believe it's going to. But if we can start to learn our history, and instead of following blindly the prophecies and just repeating, thinking we're going to get faster. Oh, the next time we redo that level, we'll get there. The next time we redo that level, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do it. We'll get faster. Use our discernment, use our individual connection to the divine to go, right, okay, show me another path. Show me how I can get over there. I can reach the end of this level. Show me what's needed, and then take the action. Don't cherry pick. Don't ask for the guidance and then cherry pick because it doesn't fit in with your paradigm, your mental paradigm of what it should look like. The journey is bumpy. It's bloody hard at times. It can be really dark. We have to take ourselves to dark places. That's why it's called Dark Night of the Soul. We have to pull out the rubbish that keeps us repeating the cycle. We have to pull out that rubbish. We have to pull out those old ancestral DNA programs that are within each and every one of us to make space so we can actually sit with divine. And when we ask that question, there is actually room within our vessel to take that information in. And then it's our responsibility to do the work that is asked so that we can reach that level. We can break the cycle. So I'll leave it there. If you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, put your comments in the comments below. I love to read your comments, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye bye.